Alrighty then, you hear the music. Music, music, music. And I will pot down the music momentarily. In fact, I think I'll do it now. All right, here we go. Roger Smith talking to Randy Fry. Somewhere far, far away in a little control room. And hopefully he can hear me as I stream to no one but him. Randy, this is for you. And only you. I only have pre-game streams for you. Don't get the wrong idea, though. So here we are in Missouri City. We're going to have some good games this week, but frankly, this is not one of them, okay? Just keeping it real here at Hall Stadium. ELKINS is, man, they stink out loud. They're really, really bad, but I'm here to put a little lipstick on the pig, if you know what I mean. Now I'm going to stop the music. I will only start it again if Randy tells me to. Levels, levels, levels. Hopefully they're good and of the right quality, because we're always wanting it to be the right quality no matter what kind of game that we're bringing to our loyal listeners. I have a blue and white Igloo cooler. It is resistant to the rain just in case we get some rain. And, well, frankly, I think I'm saying there's a chance. That's what I'm saying, is that there's a chance. So streaming and testing, Roger Smith from Missouri City, Texas. And we will be bringing you a Countdown to Kickoff show. But it won't be quite the usual Countdown to Kickoff show because I just couldn't find Coach Dennis Brantley, and he might have been avoiding me just because it's been a terrible year. I mean, who wants to talk about the way things have been going when they've been going the way that they have? Frankly, I wouldn't blame him one bit for just saying, I ain't doing no interview. Okay. Run a spot for me, please, says Randy, and there we go. Signing off temporarily. Here we go.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546, 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to VypeFortBend.com coverage of high school football homecoming style as the Elkins Knights, still looking for their first win of the season, are taking on the Bush Broncos in the second District 26A game for both teams. I'm Roger Smith. Glad you're with us. And we have some kind of ominous skies overhead, but right now we don't have any problems with rain. Cross your fingers that we don't have rain, although as you'll hear in the Countdown to Kickoff show, Coach Alan Aldridge of the Bush Broncos really would not mind that kind of conditions. He's very good at putting a team out there that just grounds and pounds no matter what the weather. So good Thursday night to you. Hope you're enjoying yourself, whatever it is you're doing, and hopefully you will have a good day tomorrow to wrap up the week. And, of course, we will have plenty of football for you. A game tonight, another one tomorrow night. It'll be Travis against George Ranch, and then we'll have a doubleheader on Saturday. We've got Marshall in the first game against Sharpstown, and then the Hightower Hurricanes, looking good after their win last week over Manville. They'll be taking on the Angleton Wildcats. VypeFortBend.com broadcasts of Fort Bend County High School sports are brought to you by Xfinity, the future of awesome. By First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the fall. First Tire and Automotive has 4 great locations, including First Colony, Greatwood, Eldridge Road in Sugar Land, and also Katy Cinco Ranch, all open Monday through Saturday. For the best prices on tires, go to firsttireandauto.com. By Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just a few hundred feet north of Austin High School. At Nick's Italian Restaurant, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. By Archer Volkswagen on the southbound side of Highway 59, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. Open since 1956 and ready to serve you. You'll feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By the Needville Insurance Agency. Bradley Stavanaugh and his team are your hometown trusted agents. Sure, Flo's funny, the gecko's cute, but they won't have the best rate for you. You won't find it in your mailbox either. You will find it with the Needville Insurance Agency. Call 979-793-7411 or visit needvilleinsurance.com. And we're also brought to you by Office Depot in Sugar Land, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace, taking care of business every day, so VypeFortBend.com can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. We'll step aside and be back with the Countdown to Kickoff show. I'm Roger Smith. Alan Aldridge of Bush is coming your way next.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Hi, this is Mariela.
And Melina, coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Welcome to the Thursday night edition of Countdown to Kickoff, as it is Bush and Elkins. It's a homecoming game for Elkins, and the Bush Broncos are out to ruin it. Alan Aldridge, architect of a win last week. You know, you had such a hard time coming into last week's game against Dulles, but your team dictated the way the game was going to be played. Rugged defense, strong running game. So how much better do you and your players feel this week?
Pretty good. We're just looking to get going, looking to have a great game. So it's a great night. Wind is blowing. So we're looking to hopefully bring out this win.
All right, and I guess there is a possibility we could get wet tonight. And is there anything that you do differently when it's wet? Because I know a lot of teams don't really have to.
Not really. We're going to play our game, and hopefully it doesn't rain. But, obviously we want to establish the run fast and see what happens with that.
All right. Well, you've proven that you have such a great and durable feature running back, Nelgins Borgella. And what did he show you last week, if anything, that you did not already know about him?
Just his toughness. I mean, he proves something to us every single week. So we're going to continue to feed him the ball, him and Adrian, continue to feed them the ball, and let our quarterback make some big plays with his arm also.
So any changes, and just keep in mind, nobody from Elkins is going to hear this until about 2 minutes before kickoff, and then they'll find out very soon. If you have a few wrinkles you want to add, are there going to be any things that we might expect that are different from what we have seen?
No, not at this time. We may draw something up on the sideline, but not at this time, no.
So you're going to do what you do and do what you do best, right?
Yes, sir. We're going to play Bronco football.
All right, and that means a lot of people are going to be in the ice bath tomorrow.
Exactly.
Very rugged football. We'll be back, and we'll talk with Dennis Brantley, head coach of the Elkins Knights. Thank you, Coach Aldridge, and we'll continue on the VypeFortBend.com Countdown to Kickoff show.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Welcome back to the Thursday night edition of the Countdown to Kickoff show, as it's the Elkins Knights in their homecoming game taking on the Bush Broncos. And here to introduce himself and the rest of our officiating crew is our referee.
Good afternoon. For the back judge be James Coward, side judge Eric Jones, field judge Billy Moore, head linesman Terrence Murray, line judge Robert Munoz, Eddie Fowler be the umpire, and yours truly, Victor Batiste, the head referee.
The Honorable Victor Batiste, thanks for being with us on the Countdown to Kickoff show. Have a good game.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully it won't get wet on us, but we'll survive one way or the other. We'll be back with Dennis Brantley of Elkins, hopefully, and he'll talk about what his team can do to turn it around on the best possible night, homecoming night, from Hall Stadium. This is VypeFortBend.com.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Everything, and we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
All right, fans, we're just about ready for the coin toss and kicking this game off under cloudy skies at Hall Stadium. We didn't get a chance to visit with Dennis Brantley of Elkins, and that's sometimes how it goes on homecoming night. So the Knights desperately needing a win, coming out in their royal blue and Las Vegas gold. They are the home team on the home side of Hall Stadium. And their captains are Torian Crawford, Isaiah Smith, Andre Pittman, and Deron Smith. In just a moment, the Bush captains will be coming out. I see D'Antonio Hackworth. Also Tyler Hilder, Jason Izioguana, and there's one more. That would be Adrian Cormier. So it's just been a brutal year for Elkins offensively. They are 0-4 and they lost their district opener last week at George Ranch. 342.5 yards average allowed per game. Defense is usually their strong suit, and the Elkins Knights are typically, in a typical year, they expect to give up fewer than 300 yards per game on average. They've been giving up those 342 plus and also 38 points a game, and on offense, it's been pretty pedestrian, 226.3 yards per game and an 11 points per game average scored for the Elkins Knights. Bush, not that much dramatically more as far as yardage. 250 yards per game offensively for the Broncos, and they score 13.75 points a game. They allow 245 yards average per game and 25, or just a tick under 26 points. So when it comes to getting those takeaways, which are so important, 2 interceptions for the Elkins Knights. Stephon Richards has both of them, and the Bush Broncos with 3. We'll give you some more meaningful numbers as we continue, but we can tell you that Bush, the visiting team, won the toss but elected to defer, and so Elkins will get the football first, and they will defend the north goal of Hall Stadium, and they will try to advance the ball left to right as we bring you the action here on VypeFortBend.com. Dexter Jackson and Lucrae Thomas. Deep for Elkins. Also back there is Greg Green. Greg Green has had most of the kickoff returns for these Elkins Knights. So you can get a game time temperature for you. Here in Missouri City, it is a very muggy 82 degrees, but when the sun goes down, behind all those clouds, I think it'll be a pretty comfortable temperature as long as we don't have rain. Kicking off for the Bush Broncos, it is Aiden Jensen. Has the ball right in the middle of the field from the 40-yard line, and we are ready to rock. Ball in the air, and the game is underway, and it's going to be Greg Green from his 8-yard line. On the numbers on the near side, back toward the middle of the field. He's got daylight and makes a pretty good return out to the 30, and then he's driven back on an absolute textbook tackle, Henry Tatum. So we have that flag down, and hopefully we won't have a penalty-marred game. Typically against the return team when you see a flag on a kickoff return. Victor Batiste is our referee, and I'll turn him up if he turns his microphone on. Okay, so there were 2 penalties against Elkins, and one of them is illegal use of hands. That was declined, and personal foul on the Knights was accepted. So that'll move the ball back inside the 15-yard line. Oh, this is brutal. Well, the official walked it inside the 15, and then he backed up. So the ball's at the 16-yard line, and Elkins will try to get some offense going. Isaiah Smith, the junior quarterback, in the spread formation, takes the snap and gives it off to the left, and not much there for Jacoby Height. He tries the left side of the line, and the Bush Bronco defense was waiting. Devin Moore on the tackle. The Bush Broncos wearing their white road jerseys with the orange numerals outlined in navy blue, the navy blue pants. White helmets with the GB logo on the side. You know, they used to have the logo exactly like the Denver Broncos because Alan Aldridge won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos. Pistol formation now. There's a handoff up the middle, big hit, short gain. And it's the same combination as it's Devin Moore bringing down Jacoby Height. So when it comes to rushing, there is no one on the Elkins Knights who's up among the district leaders. They do have Isaiah Smith, 39 out of 69 passing. That's 56.5%. He's got 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the year. Jackson Hart, his favorite receiver, 17 catches, 220 yards for Jackson Hart, 12.9 yards per catch, and 1 touchdown. And prior to the snap, we have a false start on the Elkins Knights. And so it's going to be 3rd down and long. Make it 3rd down and 15 to go, as on their first 2 plays, they netted no yards, and then they backed up 5 on the false start. Be with us tomorrow night. It's going to be Travis against George Ranch. 2 teams that both think they're going to be in the playoffs. I think they're right. Out of the pistol. And it is Isaiah Smith keeping it. He's got yardage. He gets outside the numbers on the near side and gets all the way to the 27-yard line. And, folks, he's got a first down. D'Antonio Hackworth came up to make the stop, but not before he got a first down. And that's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. So the Knights have been looking to make some things happen, and now we have a change at quarterback. I think it's because Isaiah Smith's helmet came off. And so I believe that means Nick Sanders. Is he going to come in and run it? No, I think they're going to snap it directly to Jacoby Height. This is kind of the Wildcat formation, low snap, and it is not Height. It's another running back running left, not getting any yards. In fact, it's going to be a loss of 1. It was Deron Smith trying to run to the right. He was shadowed by Preston Davis, and Davis would not let him get away and wrestled him down right before they got to the boundary. That's a loss of at least 1. See where they spot it. Well, somehow Deron Smith got back to the line of scrimmage, but it looks like maybe Preston Davis is down and injured on the sideline there. The medical crew has taken their time, but he's off the field, and so we're going to go ahead and see a 2nd down and 11 play. As it turned out, Deron Smith did lose a yard on that first play. This is the first possession of the game, and the Knights have had the ball over 3 minutes. They had to start from their 16-yard line. And now we have a penalty, and I think it's going to be delay of game. So we'll take a quick break and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
It's a full weekend of football on VypeFortBend.com. Tomorrow night we will have Travis against George Ranch. Then on Saturday it's a doubleheader featuring 5A teams. The Marshall Buffs taking on Sharpstown in a game that kicks off at 11 a.m. And then in a game that kicks off at 6 p.m. it is the Hightower Hurricanes taking on Angleton. So in that first matchup, I won't kid you, it's going to be one-sided. Marshall's going to win it easily, but if you like to listen to Marshall highlights, we know we'll have a lot of them. And Hightower and Angleton should be a very rock'em sock'em tough game. Isaiah Smith rolling to his left, there's pressure, and just throws it away in desperation. Does not get it back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if there's going to be a flag or not. The officials will probably look around, and they finally throw the flag. Victor Batiste. Notice that Jackson Hart, the main receiver for these Elkins Knights, was nowhere near where the ball came down. So they will spot it where Isaiah Smith was when he let the ball go. And it is loss of down when you're guilty of intentional grounding. So they're now going to move the stick back. You know, they move the football way back to about the 15, and the guy with the down box still has not moved. All right, now he has. 8:38 to go in quarter number one. And the Elkins Knights haven't moved very far, but they have possessed the football thus far the entire 3+ minutes. Now we have the ball spotted. It is 3rd down and 19. And the Knights will try to convert. Isaiah Smith running left. Has to give some ground. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is just about it. And that was great team defense. What you see there is Cozy Okorafor kind of routing him backward. And by the time he got to the sideline, Chandler Davis was waiting for him. And it's basically no gain. And now Jackson Hart will punt for these Elkins Knights. D'Antonio Hackworth, a very dangerous athlete, back in deep safety on the Elkins side of the 50. Ball is on the left hash mark. We'll see if Bush comes after Jackson Hart here. Play clock down to 8. Good snap. Hart gets the kick away and tries to kick it away from Hackworth. It comes to the near side, and it's just going to roll out of bounds at the 41-yard line, and that's where the Bush Broncos will have the football first. You know, every time you go to Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just a few hundred feet north of Austin High School, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. And tonight's Nick's family, or Nick's Italian Restaurant family connection, is Michael Omodia and Paul Omodia. Paul is a junior, Michael is a senior on the Bush Broncos varsity, and they had great games last week, both of them. There is a penalty on the punt return that wasn't returned, if that makes any sense. I didn't see the flag, so I didn't look up. But I see that referee Victor Batiste has had his umpire walk off a 5-yard penalty. And so it'll be 1st and 10. Actually, a 10-yard holding penalty. Okay. So the ball was at the 41. Now it's at the 31, but it's 1st and 10 from there. Tyler Hilder is the quarterback, and Nelvins Borgella the feature back. in a pistol formation, but Hilder wants to throw on first down. Plenty of time, finally lets it go and throws behind his receiver. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Omodia. Covered well by Luke Ray Thomas, and the thing that's been tough for the Elkins Knights this year is they've had some very gifted defensive backs in recent seasons. But this season, they just don't have as much natural talent, so they are growing in the job, basically, in pass coverage. But the good news is the Bush Broncos are not one of those teams that are going to light you up with a passing game. They like to pound the rock. 2nd down and 10. Blitz look from Elkins, and there goes Borgella up the middle. Good defense by the Knights. It's about 3.5 yards, and then they sling him back. Andre Pittman on the tackle for the Royal Blue and Las Vegas Gold. So that'll be 3rd down, and we'll see if the Broncos will throw the ball for the 2nd time during this possession. Coming into the game, Tyler Hilder, 33 out of 66. That's exactly 50% passing. He's got 4 touchdown passes, but he has thrown 3 interceptions. 3 receivers on the right side of the formation. Omodia is in the slot. Michael Omodia. They got to get to the 41. Hilder play fake, and he is wrapped up and sacked. And who else but Torian Crawford, the all-everything defensive lineman and a senior. What a spectacular player, even when the team is not having that great of a year. Torian Crawford always showing out, and he gets a sack to force a punting situation. Jedediah Aduna going to punt it away for these Bush Broncos. He's standing on his 16-yard line. The snap is a little bit low, but Aduna gets it away. Near sideline knuckleball, and a great bounce. So it landed near the 35, and it rolled a good 20 yards beyond that. It'll be down at the 15-yard line. "57-yard punt with no return by Jedediah Aduna." But I'll tell you what, the Elkins Knights defense just took care of business getting the 3 and out. Office Depot Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land takes care of business every day, so we can bring you games on VypeFortBend.com every week. And folks, of course, it's absolutely free to listen to our broadcast on VypeFortBend.com, but you get pretty much the rest of the season, 4 games for the price of 3, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So every week except one, between now and the end of the regular season, we'll have a doubleheader on Saturday. Running play to the left, and it's very creative job by Jacoby Height just to make his way back to the line of scrimmage, and he has absolutely belted Isaac Bouye, said booyah, and made his first tackle of the game. It's a loss of 1/2 of a yard. So Elkins typically has had an effective enough running game that when they run the play-action pass, they can give their quarterback time to throw the ball down the field. But the running game has just not been effective enough for that play fake to hold the linebackers and get someone open in the secondary. 2nd down, 10.5 yards to go. Smith drops back, rolls right, looking down the field, steps up, hit hard. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if that's going to be a sack or just a 1-yard gain, but coming out of there, it's Bouye saying booyah one more time. And it is indeed a sack. It's a loss of 2. These Bush Broncos on defense are really high on D'Antonio Hackworth. He's the one they call their shutdown corner. They don't expect the ball to go his way very often. Quick release throw to Jackson Hart in the flat. He's thrown for a loss. That did not fool Jedediah Aduna, who's not only the punter, but a pretty good cornerback. You know what? We've seen the Broncos dominant on defense already, and yet we haven't even called the name of their best tackler and absolute hellraiser and offense destroyer, Brandon Chambers. He's number 44. So I guess he's letting the other guys have a piece of the action. That last player was for a loss of 2. And it's 4th down and 15. Jackson Hart to punt from his end zone. Hackworth deep to receive near the Elkins 40-yard line. High snap, but Hart gets it. Gets it up in the air, and it's going to fall far short of where Hackworth is standing, and the Knights down it at the 35-yard line. There to make sure it didn't roll the wrong way was Matthew McGill. No score, 4:18 to go in quarter number 1. The Bush Broncos and the Elkins Knights on VypeFortBend.com, our Thursday night special. I want to thank our crack producer, Randy Fry, making sure we sound good. We want you to hear every word. Borgella behind Hilder, and it's a handoff straight up the middle, but there is Torian Crawford, and he's one of those guys that can grab everyone in the backfield and throw guys out until he finds the one with the ball, but it wasn't that difficult that time. And it is a loss of 3 yards on first down. 2nd down and 13 for the Bush Broncos. Bush 1-3 on the season, but most importantly 1-0 after beating Dulles last week. And when they feel like when they get their kind of ball game, a rough and tumble, run between the tackles kind of game where the defenses control things, they're in good shape. Hilder to throw, far sideline, back shoulder throw, caught for a first down. 19-yard line, got it to Adrian Cormier. That is a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. And they rule Adrian out at the 21-yard line. On the precipice of the red zone are Tyler Hilder, Nelvins Borgella, and the Bush offense. And there goes Borgella, stretch play left, cuts inside, tumbles down to about the 11. Nice tackle, hitting him low. Lou Cray Thomas, the sophomore defensive back. And you know, Xfinity is the future of awesome. And we think one of the players in this game with an awesome future is the guy that just made that tackle, Lou Cray Thomas, just a sophomore, still growing. He'll get taller and quicker, and he'll be tough to deal with. So that gain netted a first down at the 11-yard line, a 10-yard gain for Borgella. 2:30 to go in quarter number 1. Hilder throws a slant. It's tipped. Oh, boy, incomplete. Michael Omodia, the intended receiver, I'm not sure who batted it down. It was either Torian Crawford or perhaps Afalayan. Correction, I looked at the wrong roster there. Could have been Ashton Payne. Could have been Julian Ashton Melendez. But in any case, it is 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Ball on the left hash as the Bush Broncos move from right to left. And now they have the full house backfield. They bring in Oswaldo Renfigo, an extra blocker for Borgella, who runs left, and he's hit in the backfield and tripped up, and it's only going to be a no gain. That's it. And I misidentified players again. It was Alan Aldridge III who came in as the blocking back for Bush. And it was Oswaldo Renfigo who knifed through to hit Borgella low and trip him up. And I said it was no gain. It was actually just about a yard, a scant yard is what I'm going to call it. So it's 3rd down and 9 from the 10-yard line. 2 receivers over there to the right. Michael Omodia and Aaron Valentine. And now a timeout is called by the Elkins defense, I believe. Yes, indeed, it's a timeout, and we'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com. No score, 1:31 to go in the first. Elkins and Bush.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, OfficeMax, and OfficeDepot.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Elkins really needs a stop, and so they spent a little bit of extra time in the huddle during that timeout, and here we go, 3rd down and 9. Hilder takes the snap, throws a fade route, deep corner, and it's just beyond the reach of his intended receiver, Valentine. And so Elkins has to feel pretty good about that. It looks like we're going to see a field goal try now. So the ball still on the left hash, and it'll be Aiden Jensen. And it's an attempt of 26 yards from the left hash, and it's Valentine to hold, who is a wide receiver right now, but a sophomore quarterback candidate for future seasons. Kick is up, and it looks pretty good. It's right down the middle. 3 points, and that gets Bush on the board. They lead it now 3-0. 1:24 to go in quarter number 1. You're listening to VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Aiden Jensen, who has just put the Bush Broncos on the board, is ready to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Strides toward the football. It's a knuckle ball. It bounces off the hands of Greg Green, goes back to the 11 to pick it up between the hash marks and the numbers on the near side, now toward the middle of the field, and very good effort on the kickoff return. He gets it to the 28, but flags fly in at the end, and I'm afraid that's going to cost these Knights some valuable yards of field position. Todd Pierre made the tackle for your Bush Broncos. Bush played what was a close game for most of the time last week against Dulles, but they stretched it out near the end as they started to take control physically when the clock and the scoreboard were on their side, and they ended up winning by a score of 28-0. And that penalty for illegal use of the hands is going to take it all the way back to the 10-yard line. So the Knights, not really despite, but in addition to coming into this game at 0-4 and having a hard time getting, out of the rut offensively, are having a tough situation when it comes to field position thus far in the first quarter. So from the 10-yard line, it's Isaiah Smith with a reverse inside to Jackson Hart, and it does not fool the Broncos defense. Devin Moore was all over Hart as soon as he received that very short lateral. But somehow, Hart avoided a huge loss, and he's backed up. The Knights' offense is backed up to their 6-yard line. Isaiah Smith looking at the defense. He's got 3 receivers on the left side of the pattern. They look like they're not sure exactly what's supposed to happen here. Pistol formation. Give up the middle and tough running. Not a lot of room there. They try Jacoby Height yet again, and he just runs into a team portrait of these Bush Broncos. First one to get there on the tackle, Braylon James Green. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 3-0, the Broncos on top of the Knights. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County High School sports brought to you tonight by Xfinity, First Tire and Automotive, Nick's Italian Restaurant, Archer Volkswagen, the Needville Insurance Agency, and Office Depot in Sugar Land, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace. 3rd down and 14 for the Knights. Smith rolls to his left, right-handed thrower, gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Very well covered on the play. He intended it to be in the hands of Assad Abbas, but Bryce McDonald was right there on defense for the Bush Broncos. There is no real wind advantage one way or the other, so the change of quarter from the first to the second, so now the Knights are defending the south goal and trying to move from right to left on your web radio dial. That's not going to make too much of a difference, I don't think, on this punt by Jackson Hart. From 6 yards deep in his end zone, good snap, no rush. Gets it away, and Hackworth is going to field it on the 44, coming to the right, heading between the hash marks, and a nice return inside the 25 to the 24. And looking, I don't see any flags on the field, which is refreshing. There was a Knight who came away from the play with the football. It was John Luke Harmeyer, thinking he might have had a fumble, but what happened was Hackworth hit the turf after his 15-yard return to the 24-yard line. Correction. I got to do better math in the future. That's a 20-yard return to the 24-yard line. Hilder and Borgella in the backfield, 3 receivers on the left side of the formation. They've got a tight end on the right side, and that is Alan Ulrich III. Hilder fakes a handoff, and here comes Torian Crawford. Gets through again for yet another sack. And did the ball come out? Crawford says it did, but I don't see an indication by referee Victor Batiste that the ball came out before Hilder was down. But like so many other teams, even though they have had their way overall with the Elkins Knights, nobody who opposes the Knights has found a way to block Torian Crawford, the nose tackle. He's just awesome. What can you say? He's a wrecking machine. So that's a big loss of 7 yards. 2nd down and 17. Hilder gives it to Borgella, running left. Tries to get to the edge, can't do it. He was turned in. Beautiful play. Braden Thompson, who is the son of last year's Booster Club leader, Tony Thompson, and the brother of Blake Thompson. So the Knights have just been basically there in Missouri City, in the neighborhoods like Lake Olympia and close by the Knights Court. They've just been breeding great defensive backs. That is a 2-yard gain to make it 3rd down and 14. Snap to Hilder, fakes a handoff, rolls to his left, throws right before he gets past the line, and a pass is caught but then dropped as it was a huge hit to dislodge the football. Oswaldo Renfigo made the hit on Adrian Cormier. And now it's going to be 4th down and still 14 to go. I wonder if they might try a field goal. I think they might be out of the range of Aiden Jensen. That would be a 45-yard field goal. They're not going to try it. They're going to leave the offense on the field and go for it on 4th and 14. Valentine is the wide receiver on the near side, and Jamon Cooley is one of the receivers in the slot. Hilder drops back, throws far sideline, streak pattern down the sideline, diving attempt, incomplete. Michael Omodia had it go right between his elbows. He was open, and that would have been 6. And so the Elkins Knights defense picking up that offense, saying, we're going to keep doing this for you, keep giving you the ball back until you can get things rolling. So the ball will belong to Elkins at their 28-yard line, which was the line of scrimmage prior to that 4th down play. So there is 9 minutes, 54 seconds to go before halftime. And at halftime, we'll have a visit with Bill Moore. He's with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, one of the most worthwhile things that happen in connection with these extracurricular activities. It'll be fun to listen to Bill, so stick around. Reversed by the Knights. That's a big play. It's a first down and more. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. As they gave it to Greg Green, coming around from the left side to the right. It completely fooled the Bush defense. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. 14-yard pickup for Greg Green. Smith hands it off straight up the middle, and some yardage there. A couple of yards as he gave it to the man who's been shouldering the load most of the time, Jacoby Height. I'll be here at Hall Stadium tomorrow with Bryant Nabufi joining me on the call of the game between Travis and George Ranch. It's our first look at George Ranch. George Ranch joined all the Fort Bend ISD 6A teams in the UIL alignment last school year, and they were one of the playoff seeds. In fact, they beat Elkins on the final week of the season to secure that seed. 2nd down and 8 after that short gain. Dropping back is Smith. Stepping up. Look out. He's hit. The ball comes loose. Bug on the rug. Scooped up by the Bush Broncos and tackled at the 28-yard line. Caleb Johnson came up with it. And this Bush defense, when they smell blood like a bunch of sharks, they just go to the source of the bleeding. So Bush will take over at the Elkins 29-yard line. That's where they spotted it with 8:51 to go here in the first half. Bush moving from left to right here in quarter number 2. Hilder with Borgella behind him in the pistol. Hilder stops, throws over the middle behind Valentine, although Valentine should have made the catch near the 18-yard line. Would have been a first down. And let's see who was shadowing him there. Christian Palouse. This is homecoming night for Elkins, and I think I heard Christian Palouse's name at some point when they were talking about the homecoming court, but of course I was busy getting you ready for football. Here we go, second play of the drive, 2nd down and 10. Hilder with the hard count, doesn't draw Elkins off. There goes Borgella running left, turns it up before he gets to the hash marks, and that's a short run, 2 yards. Jumping on his back and riding him down was Deron Smith. Check the temperature. I'm not even going to check the chance of rain. That depresses me just to think about it. The temperature has gone down a degree since we started this one. It's now 81 degrees here in Mo City, Texas, out in the sticks down Highway 6. When ZZ Top wrote that song, this was nothing but sticks. But now it is beautifully developed, of course. 3rd down and 8. Bush leading 3-0, and there's a whistle. And I believe the Broncos have taken a timeout to talk over their 3rd down play selection. We'll step aside and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
More football tomorrow night. Travis taking on George Ranch here at Hall Stadium. Then on Saturday, it's a doubleheader. Marshall and Sharpstown kicking off at 11 a.m. and kicking off at 6 p.m. It's going to be Hightower against Angleton in a huge game in District 24. I think I have the right number. I may be wrong. But in their Class 5A Division I district. Yeah, I think I have the number wrong. And we'll have lots of football next week. Okay, here we go. 3rd down and 8 for the Bush Broncos, leading 3-0. Hilder steps up in the pocket, tries to move away from trouble, and Torian Crawford gets his 3rd sack of the night, throws him down like a wet rag back at the 37. They mark him at the 35, but that Torian Crawford, somebody needs to invite him to play on scholarship, and he's going to be a productive college football player. So what's going to happen here? It is 4th and 16 from the 35-yard line. And it looks like a Wildcat situation. Aaron Valentine taking the snap. He's going to throw it. He's got a big arm. No, it is Hilder throwing, and he throws it deep, and it's picked off by the Knights inside the 5. Lou Cray Thomas gets the interception, the Knights' 3rd interception of the year, and now someone other than Stephon Richards has a pick for the Elkins Knights. That's the good news. They have the football. The bad news is they're at their own 4-yard line. So let me just write this down. Elkins own 4. 7:04 to go in the second. And we'll see if this becomes an Archer Volkswagen scoring drive. All right. From his end zone, Isaiah Smith takes the snap, hands it off straight ahead, tackle for loss, back to the 1. Oh my goodness, Elkins just cannot get it going. Christian Palouse carrying up the middle, but not so fast, my friend. Caleb Johnson just destroyed him for a loss of 3 yards, and the ball is back to the 1. 2nd down and 13 from there. And most of the Knights players have at least part of their foot in the end zone as they snap it on 2nd down. Smith throws far sideline, nobody there. He was just throwing it away. So here we go with 3rd down and 13 to go. That Bush defense just pouring in on most plays. I didn't tell you who that pass was intended for because I'm sure that Smith was just unloading it to be sure that nothing disastrous happened. He's got to take equal caution on this play. 3-0 Bush, 6:25 to go in quarter number 2. Homecoming night for the Elkins Knights. Brandon Chambers looks like he wants to blitz from the blind side. Smith takes the snap, running to his right, had to hesitate before the goal line, and I think he just lunged across it. He got out of the end zone, and he did avoid the safety, and meanwhile, after the play, there's a little snarling and snapping going on, and a flag is thrown. So I think there are 2 Bush Broncos, one of whom might have committed an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It was either D'Antonio Hackworth or Jedediah Aduna. And I hope that we can hear the mic of Victor Batiste, and I'd like to know who the guilty party was. And near the skirmish, whatever it was, Landon Simmons, number 6 for the Knights, came away from it with his helmet off, and I don't know if it was ripped off his head or if he threw it off in disgust. But I believe this penalty is going to go against the Bush Broncos. So how about that? The Knights will certainly take it. 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct, and unfortunately we're not going to hear which player, Hackworth or Aduna, was guilty. Here we go. Well, you see, that is that's the public address announcer, not our referee Victor Batiste. So that does not reveal who was the guilty party. Greg Green in a slot receiver position on the near side. Jackson Hart is the split receiver on this side. And he is lined up across from Paul Omodia. First down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Smith fakes the reverse to Green, drops back, tries to get a screen going, and throws the ball incomplete. You know, he was trying to get it to Deron Smith, but Deron Smith really did the right thing, and he just didn't even try to make the catch. There was good pressure from Bush by Devin Moore, and I believe, forgive me if I misidentify the one who almost picked off that little screen pass attempt, it was Cozy Okorafor. So 4 plays on this drive, and the Knights haven't really moved the football, but they did have the benefit of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, a dead ball foul. So they have advanced it out to their 16. And after that incomplete screen pass, it's 2nd down and 10. 5:52 to go in quarter number 2, but a timeout is taken, and we'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Well, over the years, we've covered a lot of Elkins Knights baseball at Rick Carpenter Field, and unfortunately for me, I didn't arrive until after the great Rick Carpenter left and led the Knights to 3 state baseball championships. But the way it goes in baseball or in boxing, when you say one team or another has a puncher's chance, as long as the Elkins Knights stay close and it's just a 3-0 game, Bush on top, you never know when they can break away for a long touchdown. They might have to use a gadget to make it happen, but it's just a 3-point game. Pistol formation, Deron Smith at setback behind Isaiah Smith, 2nd down and 10, coming out of the timeout. This is the 5th play of the drive. Give to Smith right up the middle, and he's brought down very quickly, and it was a submarine tackle. Isaac Bouye brought him down, and there's a flag underneath the scrum of players. So if the play stands, it's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 13-yard line. And we'll see if the Broncos accept it. They're trying to find out, and they say no, they declined it. So that, the 5th play of the drive, nets a 3-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd down and 13 for the Knights. Can the Knights give Isaiah Smith time to set up and get rid of the football? They have had an opportunity to do that, but on a very few plays. Meanwhile, the Knights have completely squashed the Bush passing game. And 2 words, Torian Crawford. He's gotten in there time after time. Well, they haven't started the play clock. Now they do. 5:44 to go before halftime. Smith drops back. Here comes the rush. He's flushed to the left, looking down the field, and tough for the right-hander to throw, running for his life to his left, and he throws it out of bounds. The closest pressure came from Kosi Okorafor. And the Bush Bronco defense forces a punt, and it could have been a 3 and out if not for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Jackson Hart to come on. We've got 5:33 to go in the half. Hart with his right heel on the goal line as he awaits the punt snap. It's a clean one. He hesitates, now gets it in the air, end over end, and Hackworth is not going to be able to return it, but this punt's not going to go too far. It will, however, get into Bush territory and roll dead at the 47. 39-yard punt with no return for Jackson Hart. All right, so just to keep reminding you how many games we have to inform and entertain you. Tomorrow night it's Travis taking on George Ranch, and then on Saturday night, I should say, not Saturday night, first game is an 11 a.m. kickoff between Sharpstown and Marshall. And then Saturday night, it is Hightower taking on Angleton. And Bush broke the huddle a little too soon for me to say what we have next week, but I will before the night is over. Hilder hands it off, running left. It is Cormier trying to get to the edge. Outside the number, still going, gets a first down. Gets 13 yards on the sweep to the left. Very patient running, waiting for his offensive lineman who pulled to get in front of him, give him the escort. And that was a very effective run play. Oswaldo Renfigo made the tackle for the Knights, but not before it's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Hilder takes the snap, running Cormier right, but he changed his direction, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then snowed under. Andre Pittman leading the charge for the Elkins Knights. And that'll get us under 4.5 minutes to go in half number 1. 3-0. Bush on top of Elkins, and it's the kind of game that you might expect between these two teams. They like to run between the tackles. They throw it, but not too often, and they count on good defense. And defense is what's keeping the Knights in this game. Give Cormier 1 yard on that run, and it's second down and 9 yards to go. Hilder in the pistol, takes the snap. Here goes Cormier, running left, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2 yards. And it was Christian Palouse getting through to tackle him with just one arm, kind of grabbed his jersey, stopped his momentum, and he fell down. He destroyed his center of gravity. I'm going to try to sound like I'm scientific or something. And the clock ticks down to under 3.5 minutes. The Bush offense not in any particular hurry. Hilder went over to talk to his offensive coordinator, Jeffrey Kinner. Correction. Never mind. Okay. And Hilder over the middle, slant pass, caught. It's Omodia at the 25-yard line, and that's a 15-yard pickup and a first down. Michael Omodia. They stopped the clock temporarily to move the chains, but we're under 3 minutes to go in half number 1. Bush trying to expand on a 3-0 lead. At halftime, not only will we have Bill Moore of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, we'll also have a score roundup. Hilder gives it to Cormier outside the numbers. Good blocking at the point of attack, but what looked like a lot of daylight closed up quickly, and it's just a gain of 5. And it was a good tackle over there by Elkins Kendall Jackson, but it looks like maybe he got the wind knocked out of him or got a stinger on his shoulder or something. Ball at the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Bush would like to score and use up just about all of the second quarter clock. Hilder with Cormier behind him. Hard count. Elkins doesn't jump. There goes Cormier, bounces outside, stiff arms a man, diving, and I think he's got the first down. They said wind the clock, even though he went out of bounds. That kind of drives me crazy when I see that. Looked like he landed with his elbows out of bounds before his knee was down. But the clock keeps going. It's at 1:40, and the Broncos are left with a 3rd down and 1. That was the 6th play of the drive. Hilder went over to the sideline, got the play in no hurry. They break the huddle with about 15 seconds left on the play clock. 3rd and a long 1. And Borgella is back in. And Borgella gets the carry. As he was getting the football, Hilder was falling down and he did not get it. He got about a half a yard, but it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. And the clock is now at 1 minute and still ticking. According to the scoreboard, Bush still has 2 timeouts. It'll be officially 4th and 1. Borgella's going to stay out there. And Bush is really lucky that there wasn't a fumble, because something got a hold of Hilder's foot. So when he tried to turn around and hand it to Borgella, he was falling down. Now it's a pistol formation on 4th and 1. Borgella running left, turns it up. Got the first down, but not by much. It's very close. You got Elkins players saying he came up short. It depends on where it's spotted, actually. Both teams are celebrating, but I think we're going to have a measurement here. Yeah, I like measurements. You know, they don't do them that often. They stop the clock at 26 and 9/10 seconds to go. This is going to be very, very close. It may be the thickness of a couple of credit cards, one way or the other. It's not often on these Thursday night games where we start at 6 o'clock. And by the way, it is a 1st down for the Bush Broncos. Good thing for the Broncos. They have kept those 2 timeouts in their pocket because they have 26 and 9/10 seconds to go. I say it that way instead of 26.9 because I'm a math teacher, and it helps with number sense and decimal values if you say 26 and 9/10. And now they run the clock again, and Bush is breaking the huddle and not even lining up yet. We're down to 18 seconds, and Bush asked for a timeout, and I think Alan Aldridge, I don't know if he's upset with officials for not giving him a timeout earlier, or for the officials for starting the clock when he wasn't ready. But it's gone down to 18.7. Evidently, the Broncos have used a timeout. I don't know if they'll be charged or not with a timeout. But the ball is at the 15. Okay, it is timeout, Bush. And we'll take it with them and be back and see if they can expand on that 3-0 lead on VypeFortBend.com. 18.7 to go in the half.
We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
I was wondering during that timeout if Victor Batiste was going to tell the clock operator to add some time to the clock. That is what Alan Aldridge, head coach of the Broncos, wants. And they did add some time. There's now 26 and 2/10 seconds to go before halftime. And the Broncos still have 1 timeout. This will be the 9th play of the drive. They have a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Elkins Knights, and they lead it by a score of 3-0. Pistol formation. Hilder takes the snap, looks to his right, throws a slant, and a pass incomplete right at the goal line. A leaping attempt and incomplete intended for Jedediah Aduna. So that'll make it 2nd down and 10. .22 2/10 seconds to go. We have clouds throughout a good portion of the sky, but right now we have sunshine on the top of the visitor side stands. Day is dying in the west. And now Hilder and the Broncos line up on 2nd and 10. He drops straight back, throws over the middle, and caught! Omodia! Touchdown, Broncos! That makes it 9-0. Good job by Hilder, standing strong. His line protected him very well. And he waited for Michael Omodia to come open. And for Michael Omodia, that is his 5th touchdown catch of the year. He averages 19.4 yards per catch. And that was a 15-yard touchdown score. On for the extra point is Yeldon. And that Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive covers 53 yards by the Bush Broncos. 10 plays. Let me do some math here. It took 5 minutes and 1 second, and it ended with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Hilder to Michael Omodia. And we'll be back after this with the kickoff. Bush 10, Elkins nothing.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Excited homecoming crowd on the Elkins side, but they're rooting for their Knights and hoping they can overcome a 10-0 deficit. 16 8/10 seconds to go before halftime. And Yeldon, who just added the extra point to go with his field goal early on, set to kick it away from the 40-yard line. He strides toward the football, gets it in the air. And it's kind of a short kick, and it's picked up by Lucre Thomas, who started from the right side, moved between the hash marks, and moved it across the 30-yard line to the 31. And I doubt that Elkins is going to try to do too much.
Return out to the 31-yard line. First and 10 for the Knights at their own 31.
So Isaiah Smith has a pretty good arm. He can wing it downfield. But the thing is, the Bush defense has been so tough up front with the pass rush that he has just not had a chance to stay back there in the pocket while receivers get open very deep. Plus, you got to remember Bush has Hackworth back there, and so discretion is the better part of valor for some Knights. And for the Knights on the final play of the half, it is Isaiah Smith taking a knee. And that's how the first half ends. Well, our scoring summary does not take too long. In the first quarter, a 26-yard field goal by Aiden Jensen put the Broncos up by a score of 3-0. And in the final minute of quarter number 2, it was a 15-yard scoring strike. And it went from Tyler Hilder to Michael Omodia. And Jensen added the extra point kick, and that makes it 10-0 Bush at halftime. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be back with Bill Moore of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes after this word from our great sponsors. VypeFortBend.com broadcasts of Fort Bend County High School sports are brought to you by Xfinity, the future of awesome, by First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the fall. First Tire and Automotive has 4 great locations: First Colony, Eldridge Road in Sugar Land, Greatwood, and Katy Cinco Ranch. All of those locations open Monday through Saturday For the best prices on tires, go to firsttireandauto.com. By Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just a few hundred feet north of Austin High School. At Nick's Italian Restaurant, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. By Archer Volkswagen on the southbound side of Highway 59, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. Open since 1956 and ready to serve you. You'll feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By the Needville Insurance Agency. Bradley Stavanaugh and his team are your hometown trusted agents. Yeah, Flo is funny. I like her. And the gecko is cute and kind of funny too, but they won't have the best rate for you. You won't find it in your mailbox either. You will find it with the Needville Insurance Agency. Call Bradley and his team at 979-793-7411 or visit needvilleinsurance.com. And Office Depot in Sugar Land, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace, taking care of business every day, so VypeFortBend.com can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. Stick around for the halftime. Roger Smith with you, 10-0, Bush on top of Elkins.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
You're listening to VypeFortBend.com. It's halftime. Glad you're with us, and our score is... You're listening to VypeFortBend.com. It's halftime. Glad you're with us, and our score is Bush Broncos 10, Elkins Knights nothing. And it is great to be joined on this august occasion at halftime by Bill Moore of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It's good to see you, my friend. How are you?
Roger, doing great. I appreciate the opportunity of being here, and I appreciate all what y'all do.
The thing about Fellowship of Christian Athletes, I'm very familiar with it. And a lot of people are too, but we know that maybe some people are not. So I don't want to assume things. So what is Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and what does it look like on the high school campuses?
Roger, FCA is a national sports ministry. Actually, we're worldwide. We have presence in over 100 countries now. Our headquarters are in Kansas City. FCA was founded in 1954. And we're the largest sports ministry in the world. And our main method of ministry is to and through the coach. As you're well aware of, a coach has influence on the school campus. And so we minister to and through the coach, impact them, and they in turn impact the student athletes. Also, FCA, we have huddles on the local campuses at the junior high, high school, and college campuses. We call them huddles using some athletic terminology, so instead of a club, it's an FCA huddle. The FCA huddles are student-led. And legally, that's what gives us the right to meet on the public school campuses because it's a student-led organization. The coach or the sponsor who facilitates that is actually, that's what it is a facilitator. He keeps the kids in bound. But we have tons of resources available for the FCA huddle meetings. And normally the huddles meet once a week or at least every other week at the junior high and high school levels.
I know that there's something you want students and their families to know, and that is you don't have to be an active church member to be a part of Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And now's when I'm going to go into the Wayback Machine. I hope people don't mind. The first thing I remember seeing as far as something published by Fellowship of Christian Athletes was this comic book about the life of Tom Landry, who was the Cowboys head coach for the first 29 years of the franchise. And he didn't have a relationship with God when he was in college and when he had started playing professional football, and not even back when he was in the cockpit of fighter planes during World War II. But someone, a teammate, invited him to the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And in Tom Landry's very public life, he's very close with the well-known minister, the late Billy Graham. And so that became Tom Landry's mission in life, other than winning football games, was to kind of share the message of the gospel. So any other folks like that maybe late in life joined FCA?
Tom Landry was a stalwart with FCA. As a matter of fact, he was on our National Board of Trustees for years, and I had the opportunity to meet him years ago. When I graduated from Baylor, I went on staff with FCA for 2 years in Dallas. And actually, he was chairman of the leadership board in Dallas, and what a magnificent, God-fearing man Tom Landry was. But you look at all the coaches throughout the years that have made impact in people's lives, like my coach at Baylor, Grant Taft, huge impact in my life. My high school coach, Ron Mills, made a huge impact in my life. And so you're right, FCA is a gathering of students, and actually you don't even have to be an athlete to come to an FCA meeting. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes, as a staff person, my main focus is to minister to and through the coach and the athlete. But several people come to FCA, they're not even involved in sports, and we welcome that.
We're talking with Bill Moore of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and he is the president, I guess, of the chapter that covers Fort Bend County in the southwest part of Houston. And is this something that you are compensated for doing, or is it just a labor of love?
Well, no, this is actually a paid position. I do not treat working with FCA as a job. If I treated it as a job, my ministry would not be effective. This is a calling. I have a leadership board of men and women that we meet monthly, and so it's a faith-based ministry. So I have to raise my own support. And honestly, at times, you're scratching your head with the support's coming in, but God is faithful, and I've never missed a paycheck, and God provides the resources available for that, plus extra resources where we can get Bibles, devotional material out to the coaches and the athletes.
I'm familiar with the kind of circumstances that you're dealing with. Athletic directors and coaches and athletes had to change the play at the line of scrimmage, so to speak, just to get all those games played and those championships decided last year. Hopefully this will be a normal year. We'll talk more about what a huddle has become, at least what we've had to make it hopefully temporarily over the last few months when we've had this thing to deal with. So we'll be right back on VypeFortBend.com, visiting with Bill Moore of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Become a Vype insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
We're back on VypeFortBend.com. More halftime coming at you with Bill Moore, our guest. Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the trademark way of getting together and learning and studying and devoting some time to God is the huddle. And that's figurative and literal. But in what ways were you restricted when it came to having huddles going all the way back to March 20th and the way things were during this previous school year, 2020-2021?
Well, Roger, COVID put a dent into our ministry plans. So we had to adapt. In all reality, this past school year, I did not step foot on a school campus to an FCA huddle meeting.
Wow, that makes it very hard for you to do what you need to do.
Because the huddle meetings didn't occur, because you couldn't get into the campus and everything was restricted and locked down. But the good news is we found ways to minister. I've talked and focused with the coaches who are the sponsors. Many of the huddle meetings were held via Zoom. I sat in on several Zoom FCA huddle meetings, and so that occurred. From our ministry impact, I was able to still get in to see coaches here in Fort Bend School District because the field houses are separate from the main school building. So I was able to get in at least to be able to minister to and through the coach. I went on a Bible campaign. I had a coach telling me one time before a football game, I asked him, "What can I do to serve you? How can I pray for you?" And he said, "Bill, we need Bibles." And so, man, I went and talked to three of our donors, and they underwrote, and we got about 400 Bibles distributed out to coaches and athletes, because that's the truth. The kids were scared. In all honesty, these athletes come up, they think they're all that, but they really had a fear of what was going on in society and also with this disease called COVID. And so we hit them with the truth of God. And so I was very blessed and fortunate I had donors to underwrite the distribution of those Bibles to the coaches and the athletes.
Well, I know with what we've witnessed over the last year and a half, basically, there are so many things that people really need to do for their own well-being. People need to be together in groups and support each other. And I know that, sadly, something that we've seen is that people who were regular church attenders, now that churches are open, they had gotten pretty accustomed to kind of sitting at home, maybe watching church on TV or through a Zoom or something. Maybe they didn't really do anything to nourish themselves spiritually at all. So what are some of the things that you've seen, and maybe some strategies that ministers can have at their churches to get people to come back if they've gotten too comfortable staying at home?
Well, I think just letting them know the truth, that we have the victory through Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15:57 says, "Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." So God is our protector. And we saw that with FCA. This past summer and the summer before, we had to cancel our big sports camp that we have and hold every summer at Texas A&M. At this camp, we'll have around 1,200 coaches and athletes. Unfortunately, this past summer and the summer before, they were canceled. But we reached out. I heard from coaches saying, "Bill, we need to get together as coaches and as families." So we held a coaches family retreat in College Station at A&M in early July, and we had about 40 coaches and their families were there. So we were able to pour into them, to reach them, to disciple them, to go out and make disciples. And so we're looking at different ways. And as you mentioned earlier, we want this coming school year, hopefully, to be a normal year. that we can get in to see the coaches and athletes and attend the huddle meetings. But we emphasize that to the kids, coming to an FCA huddle does not mean you don't go to your church. We want to lead people to active involvement in their local Bible-believing church.
Also, this happens to me from time to time. I had this thought in my head, and the thought seems to have left me. Maybe it'll come back. But what is the way to get in touch with you and with other people involved in Fellowship of Christian Athletes if people want to know more and find out how they can be involved? And maybe while you're answering, I can think of my next point.
I understand where you're coming from. The more I think about something, the thought eventually passes. But to know more about FCA, go to our website, very simple, fca.org. fca.org, and it is loaded with resources, historical information about FCA, huddle meeting tips. So fca.org is a great resource to know and learn more about FCA. To contact me, I serve all the school districts in Fort Bend County, not only Fort Bend ISD, but every school district in Fort Bend County, plus several other districts. So I'm a pretty busy man. I have about 85 campuses that to call on, and so to reach me, the best way is via email, which is bmore@fca.org. bmore@fca.org is the best way to contact me.
Right. B, the initial B, and then MOORE, because, you know, I think too hard about stuff, and I might be thinking be more like BE and then the word MORE. But right. No, it's your initial and your name. And thanks for all you do. And I did happen to think of what I was trying to think of before. When you mentioned your camp, I was also thinking that back in late July and in San Antonio at the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention, you had a wonderful breakfast. I think you said about 500 coaches getting together, and what a relief that is to finally be together again.
Oh, absolutely. And just the relief on the coaches' faces, you could see it. They were gathering. As people, we need fellowship. And boy, it was a blessing to be there amongst all the coaches, other FCA staff. We had a great message from Coach Traylor, who's the head football coach at UTSA, and he gave a very strong testimony. So it was just a welcoming relief, and it's a good way to kick off the football season from having that FCA breakfast.
All right, Bill Moore, thank you so much. Glad you're here doing what you do, making time for us at halftime, and also glad all these people in the stands are here, and the players and the coaches, and at least that part of the world, something is right with the world. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, VypeFortBend.com. Halftime continues. Third quarter will start pretty soon when we return.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
You are the We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Welcome back to halftime. VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County football, and the Bush Broncos lead the Elkins Knights 10-0 at halftime of tonight's game. And the Elkins band is out on the field entertaining everyone. And we want to, first of all, give you our schedule of broadcasts, not just for this weekend, but also for next weekend. So we have a wide variety of Fort Bend County athletic events to bring you on VypeFortBend.com. And let's start with tomorrow night. We'll have the Travis Tigers right here at Hall Stadium hosting George Ranch. Both teams at 1-0 in District 26A play. Both have playoff aspirations, and it's critical to get no worse than the second seed in District 26A. By the way, I'm a little bit distracted because there are some young men throwing. They are throwing empty beverage bottles at other fans. So that's a little bit concerning, and I was hoping that they would stop doing that. Anyway, I'm sorry I was distracted. But here is our schedule. In addition to Travis and George Ranch tomorrow night here at Hall Stadium in a game where we have the countdown to kickoff show starting at 6:45 and a kickoff at 7. Then on Saturday, we'll have the countdown to kickoff show at 10:45 as the Marshall Buffs take on the Sharpstown Apollos in a district game. Marshall, of course, undefeated on the season, both district and overall. And then later on at 5:45 p.m., moving down to a 6 o'clock kickoff, it is Hightower taking on Angleton, a crucial game in their district in Class 5A Division I. So it is absolutely brutally hard to make the playoffs out of that district because you have Hightower, you have Manville, you have Katy Pato, you have Angleton, and you have Foster. That's 5 great teams, and only 4 can make the playoffs. So it is brutally hard in their district in Class 5A Division I. All right, so we'll also tell you about next week. The Fulshire Chargers will come to Kempner on Tuesday and play our Tuesday night volleyball match. Fulshire against Kempner, and it will start at about 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock. It kind of, depends on when the JV match ends. Tuesday night volleyball, Fulshire and Kempner. And by the way, before leading up to giving the scores, like I'm going to do shortly, one of the things that we'll have in the Countdown to First Serve show on Tuesday is not just an interview with the former Sydney Gocher, now Sydney Zimmerman, the head coach of the Fulshire girls volleyball team. We will also have a visit with Nick Caduti, who is the new head football coach at Fulshire. This guy is impressive. They hired the right guy, I can tell you, and they started the season 4-1, and tonight they are taking on Montgomery at home at Traylor Stadium, and we'll get you the latest score on that one. But good luck to Fulshire. They're in a rugged district as well that includes Huntsville and Montgomery and A&M Consolidated. Certainly not easy, but Nick Caduti, they got him as the former offensive coordinator at Tomball, and now he is the man leading the Fulshear program, taking over for Osler Fleming, the former Dulles head coach. And I really was impressed when I got a chance to talk to Nick Caduti. So, next week, 1 week from tonight, Elkins football again. They'll take on the Clements Rangers here at Hall Stadium in a 5:45 countdown to kickoff and a 6 p.m. start of that ball game. On Friday of next week, it is Dulles taking on Ridgepoint. The Vikings, after a good pre-district season, have lost their first 2 district games, and they are desperate for a win. Ridgepoint is off this week, and so they will be at 2-0 and feeling pretty good about themselves as they take on Dulles 1 week from tomorrow night. And then next Saturday, just as we do this weekend, we'll have another doubleheader. An 11 o'clock kickoff, Terry against Kempner, and then a 6 p.m. kickoff, Travis against Bush. So Bush fans, mark your calendars, and we will have your game next Saturday in the evening, hopefully the cool of the evening. We got about 2.5 minutes left, and now I think I better refresh, make sure I get the very latest scores. And so the first one that I'm going to give you is Fulshear and Montgomery. Well, Montgomery, with a minute left in the first quarter, is leading Fulshear 14-3. Come on, Chargers. Montgomery leading Fulshear 14-3, last minute of quarter number 1. They started that game at 7. We started this game at 6 o'clock. All right, so we got the Pasadena Memorial Mavericks leading Sam Rayburn 35-0. That's a halftime score. Again, our score here is George Bush 10 and Elkins nothing, halftime. Clear Springs and Clear Lake within the same ISD and a district game as the Clear Springs Chargers lead 26-14 at the half over the Clear Lake Falcons. Over in Katy, it's the Seven Lake Spartans, who were beaten pretty soundly by Katy Tigers last week, but they bounced back nicely at halftime. They lead Katy Taylor 31-14. Seven Lakes 31, Katy Taylor 14 at halftime. The Bridgeland Bears, ranked 19th in the state according to Dave Campbell, leading Cy Woods 20-7 with 8:42 to go before halftime. It is Cy Park on top of Cy Lakes 28-0, a battle of the have-nots out of Cy Fair ISD. 2:44 to go before halftime. Cy Park, I misspoke. Cy Park is not a have-not. They're ranked number 22 in the state. Sorry about that, Cy Park fans. 28-0, they lead Cy Lakes. All right, what else? We got Cleveland taking on Porter, and it's a defensive struggle as they start the second quarter. No score between the Cleveland Indians. Yes, that's right. The Cleveland Indians now and forever, and the Porter High School Spartans. Tomball Memorial trailing Klein Kane. It is 21-0 in the final minute of the first quarter. Kane over Tomball Memorial. Cinco Ranch leading Maid Creek by a score of 10-0. 4.5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Nothing to report yet on the Aldi Nimitz game between with the Spring Decaney Wildcats. The Lamar Texans lead Westbury. It is 19-0. 5:36 to go in the first. Katy Pato ranked 9th in the state in Class 5A Division I. They lead the Milby Buffs 14-0. Pato 14, Milby nothing, but that's with 8:35 to go in the first quarter. It's going to be ugly. They're going to need to go to a running clock and an 8-minute quarters in the second half. Texas City leads Kingwood Park. It is 7-0, 4:14 to go in quarter number 1. And I'll skip games that I don't think matter to you very much. And I will skip all the way down to the end and just tell you what's going to happen tomorrow night. Big matchup between Tompkins and Katy. The Tompkins Falcons ranked number 7 in the state. Katy, a defending champion in Class 6A Division II. And they're ranked 2nd in the state in their classification. Tompkins versus Katy. Tompkins won it last year. And I know the Katy Tigers have been waiting for a chance to get back at those Falcons. We'll step aside one more time and be back and kick off the second half. It is Bush 10 and Elkins nothing. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
The Bush Broncos won the toss, but they deferred at the beginning of the ball game, and so they will get the football first to start the third quarter, and they already lead it by a score of 10-0. We just gave you a bunch of scores, and we will give you more scores, and I'm going to try to do that very early in the fourth quarter. And depending on how close this game is, if it's not as close, then I will give you many score updates during the fourth quarter. So when Bush gets the football, they will try to drive it from the north to the south, that is to say from left to right, as we describe the action for you from Hall Stadium. And let's check the temperature. By the way, not too much wind, just a little bit of wind. It's a bit of a crosswind that will go from left to right for the Bush offense when they take the field. But let's get temperature for you. Here in Missouri City, it is 79 degrees, so that's a drop of 3 degrees since we started this ball game. And ready to kick it off is Asad Abbas. He's going to have a very short run up to the football. Looks at the official, gets the okay, and it's a little lob wedge, comes up short. Fair catch called for and made at the 26-yard line by Bush's Bryce McDonald. And the Broncos, leading 10-0, will take over and try and put this game, what I hate to say it, but if the Elkins Knights are down 17-0, then I'm not sure that's a deficit that they can overcome. They just don't have the explosiveness on offense that we've seen in the past. However, teams improve from week to week, and they get a chance to practice and see what they can do. Maybe the Knights can catch lightning in a bottle here in the second half as they trail 10-0. Tyler Hilder and Nelvins Borgella, the feature running back in the backfield for Bush. Hilder takes the snap, hands it off to Borgella, bounces off tacklers going straight ahead, and he is just pushed back. It's going to be a loss of at least one, maybe two. Torian Crawford leading the way, but he had help. Kendall Jackson there too, and they celebrate a gang tackle. And the whistle blew, even though Borgella never actually went down. So the ball is now over on the right hash mark, and it's a loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 11. All right, there is the give to the left. Borgella stretching it out, gets outside the numbers. He runs into his own teammate. It's only going to be a gain of about 4 yards, and after he ran into that teammate, he's crawling around like he's not feeling his best. He's over right at the boundary, and they get him to his feet, and he limps off. It might be a cramp. Let's hope that's all it is. I'm not sure who got the tackle on him, and well, it is because he ran into his own teammate, but it is a pickup of 5 to make it 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6 for the Broncos, who need to get to the 35-yard line to continue this drive. They lead it 10-0, and this is the first possession of quarter number 3. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com. Aaron Valentine lined up as the lone wide receiver on the right side of the formation. Hilder drops back and throws him the slant, a little too high and a little behind him. Incomplete, intended for Valentine. So it's 4th and 6, and I think we're going to see the Broncos punting unit come on. And the Knights defense just took care of business, getting the stop, the 3 and out on the first possession of quarter number 3 while they trail by 10-0. Office Depot Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land takes care of business every day. So we can bring you games on VypeFortBend.com every week. Last year, the year 2020, 2021, we had 126 event broadcasts. And now Udunna kicks it off for the Bush Broncos off the side of his foot, but I think this was just a directional kick. He didn't so much care how far it went. He wanted to keep it away from D'Antonio Hackworth, and it rolls dead at the 42-yard line. 29-yard punt with no return. And that is how the Elkins Knights will start quarter number 3 offensively with 10:20 to go. So the key for the Knights is find a way to protect Isaiah Smith and run effectively so play action passes are helpful, and there's a good gain on first down. The Knights ran it up the middle hard with Jacoby Height, and he picks up 5. And out in front leading the way. Great job of blocking by Armand Owens. And actually Owens is sitting down on the field, and I think he's going to need some attention from the trainers, and he's sitting up but looking at his left ankle, I believe. We'll step aside and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Okay, good news for the Knights. Armand Owens got to his feet and flexing the right ankle, walked off on his own, and he wasn't even limping, so I think the Knights are going to get him back in the game probably after a play. All right, 2nd down and 5 to go for the Knights after that first down run by Jacoby Height. And Smith going to pass, gets rid of it, near sideline, and there's a flag, and it's going to be for pass interference on D'Antonio Hackworth near the 35-yard line as the pass attempt was for Caden Schmidt. By the way, I wonder if Caden Schmidt is head baseball coach Brent Schmidt's son. And if I check into that and find out that he is, then that'll be a Nick's Italian Restaurant family connection at a later date. All right, so that play doesn't count. A penalty is going to give the Knights pretty good field position. In fact, their best field position of the night. It's not one of those where it would have been completed situations like you have in professional football. It is just a 15-yard penalty, but very helpful for the Knights as the ball is now spotted at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Pistol formation. Smith looks right, now left. And he fakes the handoff, keeps it around the right side, near the numbers, heading for the sideline, and runs out of bounds near the 20-yard line with another first down, a 16-yard pickup. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Isaiah Smith, who came off the bench late last season and really preserved the Knights' chances to get to the playoffs. It's been a frustrating year. He's had some adversity to work against. But now he's got his team near the red zone, and he hands off to Height, who slams forward, picks up 3, and now he is inside the red zone. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 19-yard line. Getting off the pile, Braylon James Green makes the tackle for Bush. Isaiah Smith calling out the play to his offensive mates. Pistol formation on 2nd and 7. There goes Height off the left side, slamming ahead. Got to the linebackers and keeps on going all the way to the 10-yard line. Make it the 11, but it's a first down. So the Knights are on the march. The important thing here, gotta finish this drive if you're the Elkins Knights. You get that wave of momentum from the homecoming crowd, and we never know what could happen. Smith gives it to Height straight up the middle. Tough going there. He does get a yard, maybe two. I think they'll give him progress to the 10, and that's it. So it's a 1 yard gain. 2nd down and 9. It is not 2nd and goal. They have to get to the 1 yard line for a first down. They could conceivably get a first down without scoring. You know, it's 10-0. Knights get the touchdown here. That'll tighten things up. Not the pistol formation this time. Smith running left, has to give ground, and just escapes to the sideline. That's a big loss, 5 yards. And now it's going to be 3rd down, and they will need 13 for the first down. That play just wasn't blocked for the Knights. So because it's been tough for the Knights to handle the pass rush, I don't think necessarily that the Broncos are going to blitz here. I think they'll just try to give it their best regular 4-man rush. But before we see any of that happen, we've got a timeout. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com after this from First Tire and Automotive.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Both teams still meeting with their respective coordinators. So to reset the situation for you, the Knights have a 3rd down and a long 13 yards to go from the 15-yard line of the Bush Broncos. If you are Isaiah Smith, you certainly do not want to take a sack here. In the backfield next to him, Jacoby Height and Nick Sanders. Smith looks at the defense, drops back. They protect him. He lets it go. Deep end zone. Jackson Hart tipped and incomplete. Hart caught it, but he did not grasp the ball until he had landed out of bounds. And the Knights fans aren't happy with that call, but I think it is a correct one. It kind of bounced up, and he did make the catch, but not until his foot had landed on the field turf beyond the boundary. And so the Knights will send on the place kicking unit. It's Oswaldo Renfigo. And it's going to be an attempt of 31 yards from the left hash. He gets it up in the air, but it's low and it's no good. And that was very much disrupted by Brandon Chambers of Bush. But wait a minute, there's a flag, and I think it's going to be an offsides penalty, and that's going to give the Knights another opportunity. Someone is waiting to ask me something, but I'm talking on the radio, so if you can wait about 2 minutes, I'll answer your question, whatever it might be. She's adorable. She's got a homecoming mom. So wait a minute. I just want to make sure of what I just said. Okay, it is going to be another field goal attempt from 5 yards closer. From the 26-yard line, it is Renfigo. And I believe his holder is Nick Sanders. Not certain about that, but now it is just a 26-yard attempt from the left hash mark. Snap and hold look good. His kick is high in the air. Is it long enough? It is good, and the Knights are on the board. It is 10-3. We'll take a break. This is VypeFortBend.com. We've got 7:33 to go in quarter number 3.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
So let's see if I can get those particulars on that Archer Volkswagen scoring drive. So the Elkins Knights drove it from their own 42 to the 9-yard line of the Bush Broncos. And it took them 3 minutes and 53 seconds. It lasted 5 plays, and it ended with a 26-yard field goal by Oswaldo Renfigo. And with 7:33 to go in the third, now the Knights are kicking off, and you got to bet their defense is going to be fired up. Asad Abbas ready to kick it off. And there it goes. It's medium depth. Comes down at the 20-yard line. Fair catch called for and made by Bryce McDonald. 7:33 to go in quarter number 3. And actually, I said he fair caught it at the 20 and they'll have it at the 20. That's not right. When you fair catch it inside the 25, it is moved out to the 25. And that is where the Bush Broncos will start. 7:33 to go in quarter number 3, and see how the Broncos respond to getting their lead sliced. And they hand it off. It is Cormier running tough up the middle. He gets about 2 yards, and then he's pushed back. The Knights very stubborn. Ashton Payne in on that tackle. They never actually brought him down. He did get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Both of these teams are inclined to kind of shorten the game as long as it is going their way. They don't want to run the hurry-up offense or anything like that. They just like to pound the rock. 2nd down and 10 for Bush. Hilder's going to drop back and throw it. Blitz coming. Pittman got him. Down he goes. Well, let's see. It was part Pittman and it was part Kendall Jackson. But a well-timed blitz by the Elkins Knights, and it's a loss of 5. 3rd down and 15. Nice job of dialing something up. Defensive coordinator Drew Brink of the Elkins Knights. Now Will Hilder and company throw the football in 3rd and 15. Pistol formation. Hilder takes the snap. Yes, he does want to pass. Stands strong. Deep over the middle, and the pass is almost intercepted. 2 Knights basically fighting over it, and that's why they didn't get a pick. Oh, my goodness. But they do force a punt. Dexter Jackson and Lucre Thomas both looking at the team's 4th interception of the year, and they came together and bounced off of each other, and then the ball bounced off of their hands. That's a shame. Aduna to kick it away for Bush. And it's Dexter Jackson back to receive the punt. Greg Green is back there too. The punt gets away clean. And on the run across the 45 and down to the 42 of Bush. It's Dexter Jackson. He is thrown back rather rudely, but that's what's supposed to happen. Paul Omodia and Alan Aldridge III drive him back, but he does get to the 42, and that's where the Knights will start. So they got that touchdown. I'm sorry, they got the field goal to make it 10-3, and a touchdown at the end of this drive would possibly tie this thing up. Height in the backfield behind Isaiah Smith. Middle of the football field, 42 yards away from the goal line. There goes Height, bouncing outside and then turning it up and getting 3 to the 39. It is always tough running against that Bush team. Bryce McDonald came up from a secondary position, made the hit and put an end to that run. Now they drop back. 3rd down and 7. Swing out to Greg Green, and he dropped the football. Brandon Chambers picked it up, but it was a forward pass. So as soon as it bounced off of Green's hands and hit the field turf, it's incomplete. And the Knights need to make sure that they do not waste that great defensive effort that forced the 3 and out. 3rd and 7, and I'm thinking it's got to be 2-down territory here. The Bush defense is tough. They don't give up touchdowns very often. 4-man front and a whistle before the snap. What's going on here? I'm pretty sure it wasn't delay of game. What is Victor Batiste going to say? Well, I keep hoping he'll turn on his mic, but it is a false start. So now it's going to be 3rd down and a long 12. So I see Nick Sanders running out onto the field for the Knights. So he's in the backfield, just an extra blocker in case there's leakage on the pass rush. And Smith rolling to his right, looking down the field, rolling to his left rather. Got Jackson Hart at the 35-yard line. It's a catch. They spot him at the 34, and he doesn't have the first down, but he's got within 2 yards, and it's time for the Knights to go for it. 4th down and 2 from the Bush 34-yard line. That was the 3rd play of the drive. Ball on the left hash. Got to get 2 yards here as the Knights move from right to left. Blitz look from the Bush Broncos. Isaiah Smith takes the snap and a little option pitch. There's Height, and he gets the first down at the 31-yard line. Tackle made by not only Hackworth, but also collaborating Henry Tatum. But basically that was Height running over tacklers and getting the first down. They're going to move the sticks in just a moment. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Well, it took them 4 plays to move 11 yards, but that moves the sticks. Smith steps up and gives his lineman the play call. Pistol formation, Height behind him. 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Up the middle goes Height, and he gets about 2-3 yards before he's hit. Keeps on pushing down to the 24-yard line. That's a pickup of 8. 2nd down and 2 for the Knights. Seems like they found a little bit of rhythm offensively. See the offensive coordinator for the Knights flashing in the signals. That's Leroy Truitt. And there's a give off the right side and not much there. Maybe a gain of a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down and a yard for the Knights. They're not waving the sticks down the field, although I think they might have actually made it on the spot of that football. Jackson Hart is the wide receiver here on the left side, and he can tell by looking towards the middle of the field and looking where the stick is to say, you know, they've got the first down. But I'm not sure if the officials are going to call the sticks in or not. Victor Batiste and his officiating crew talking it over. And they do call an official timeout for a measurement. 3:50 to go before halftime. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. No, we halftime is very much in our rearview mirror. Deepest apologies. Deepest apologies for that little audio problem too. Okay, so 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Knights are trailing by a score of 10-3. Don't worry, that won't keep happening. They do bring the sticks out. I'm glad we didn't leave you, because we need to tell you what happens when they stretch out that chain. Do the Knights have a first down or not? They stretch it out. And, well, boy, that's close. That is really close. I think there's a couple of links in the chain that aren't fully stretched out. Boy, this is the longest, most dramatic measurement in a long time. Now they're just kind of, it's like getting a kink out of a hose. And it is less than a foot short. Okay, so it'll be third down and less than a yard. And I wonder if they'll have Isaiah Smith just get underneath his center and sneak it. But that's not necessarily going to work because Bush is so tough up front. Well, they don't go with Smith in the under center. Two backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to run it left. He's got the first down and more. Inside the 15, still fighting. And down to the 13-yard line. And so that spins the clock some more. The Knights have run 6 plays on this drive that started at the Bush 42. We're under 3.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. The Knights trailing 10-3 on their homecoming night. Play clock at 12. Smith has everyone assembled. Height behind him. Hand off, and Height tries the middle. He is hit 3 yards deep in the backfield, and that play absolutely destroyed. And it is Devin Moore. What a game he has played tonight. There is a player down, however, for Bush. And we will step aside and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
You are the master of the multitask, the champion of making it happen. Taking care of business is not for the faint of heart. Still, you take care of it. Taking care of business. But who takes care of you? Office Depot Office Max. We supply you, copy, and tune you up. Members get 2% back in rewards on everything, and we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Okay, well, we're back. It was a bigger loss than I thought. 5-yard loss on first down. Smith hit as he throws, and the pass is picked off by the Broncos. Right there among the defensive line. And it is an interception for Alexander Morris. The ball was batted down at the line. I didn't see who got a big paw on it, but that is disappointing for the Knights. They had a great drive going, but all is not lost for them. Still 2:43 to go in quarter number 3. They're only down 10-3. And that was just tough luck for Elkins. Another shout out for my good friend Randy Fry. I've never actually met him face to face, but you know, he is doing a great job making sure that we sound okay, and the little glitches on the little mic cord, that's not even his fault. That's mine. All right, Tyler Hilder and the Bush Broncos trying to get back some momentum and keep their defense off the field. Cormier running left, slips a tackle, turns it up near the 20, and that shows his skill running. He can run it sideways, and when he makes that quick cut, plants that foot, it's like he stops on a dime and leaves a nickel change and heads up the field, and that's a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 after Adrian's first down run. Valentine split wide to the right side for Bush. Jamon Cooley in the slot, and there are 2 receivers over on the left side. Hilder shouts some instructions to the left side of the offense. And on 2nd down and 4, hands it off. There goes Cormier, spinning, breaking away from arm tackles, and he picks up a good 8 yards and a first down at the 38. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. And as the Knights brought him down, Andre Pittman with another tackle. We moved past the 2-minute mark of this third quarter. Bush driving and leading 10-3. Hilder steps up. Cormier behind him. In the pistol. Give to Cormier, running left. Slips and falls down, and the Knights are there to touch him. Of course, I guess you don't have to touch him in high school football. Once you're down, you're down. Just a gain of 1. He did get that far, and it's 2nd down and 9. Knights student section really showing out. Great spirit, great numbers. Despite the fact that their team has not won in 2021, they want to will them to a homecoming win over these Bush Broncos. 2nd down and a long 9. Hilder takes the snap. He wants to throw. Looks left sideline. Down the sideline it goes. It's a little behind his intended target and incomplete. And Michael Omodia, who's already got a touchdown catch tonight, is kind of limping off the field. I don't know if he has an ankle situation or a cramp. But they're going to have one of their best receivers, Michael Omodia, off the field on 3rd down, or will they? The reason I say or will they is one of the Knights is down back where the passing pocket was. And so Omodia, if he can get his cramps stretched out, he can get back on the field. I can't identify the Knights player who's down. Now I can when he gets up and he starts walking toward the sideline. I believe it is Christian Palouse. And Christian Palouse, I don't know this for a fact, but I have a feeling he's been slowed by injuries this year. He's such a good football player. He was awesome last year, but he is just not able to do the things on the field this year that he was last year. And so I'm just thinking he's got some kind of nagging injury. Well, that's what I suspect. All right, 47 and 9/10 seconds to go. They restart the clock. Now we're down under 45, and it's 3rd down and a long 9 for the Bush Broncos. Elkins really wanting a stop here to get the ball early in the 4th quarter and try and get that tying touchdown. Hilder takes the snap, drops back, steps up, hit as he throws, and the ball is off target and incomplete. And they belted Tyler Hilder. Let's see who did it. Torian Crawford, why, of course. The pass was intended for Jamon Cooley, incomplete. Aduna on to punt it away. Greg Green is deep, so is Dexter Jackson. Will the Knights try to come after this punt? Perfect chest-high snap. And a low punt. Greg Green from his 32. Heads left. Outside the numbers on the near side. Gets past midfield and keeps going. Tight roping the sideline. And finally out of bounds inside the 30. What an awesome punt return. Oh no, there's a flag way back at the 33. Oh, that's brutal for the Knights. Dennis Brantley, head coach of the Knights, is talking to the officials. I think that maybe he saw what they flagged and didn't think it was flag worthy. Oh, that's terrible for the Knights. That's a terrible sound too, I apologize. All right, so the ball is at the 25 for the Knights. With 12, I'm just going to say 13 seconds left in the 3rd. And they trail by 7. Great crowd on hand. And there's kind of a buzz on the Elkins side. The Knights offense taking their time as they huddle. This game is pretty good, so I'll have some scores in the fourth quarter, but got to concentrate on what's happening here. Knights back on the field, trailing 10-3. Here we are, final 13 seconds of the third quarter. Smith flush to the right, Chambers chasing, and he throws in desperation low and behind his intended receiver, Landon Simmons. Second down and 10. The Knights have kind of broken the pattern of running on first down all the time, and now they are throwing some more passes because they have found a way to keep a clean pocket for Isaiah Smith, at least long enough for his receivers to get down the field by, I'm having to bend down and pick something up 10 yards or so. There they go up the middle. Isaiah Smith on the quarterback draw. He gets battered, but he picks up 4, and he's a tough kid, so he doesn't mind. Got to support the team. And that's the final score of that's the final play of quarter number 3. We'll come back for the final 12 minutes. Knights trailing Bush 10-3 on homecoming night for the Knights. We'll be right back.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Let's go Elkins, let's go is the chant. And on third down, Isaiah Smith rolling right in desperation, throws late, and the pass is caught but out of bounds. Greg Green with a nice route, but because of the harassment, Bryce McDonald breathing down his neck. Isaiah couldn't really let it go when he wanted to. And it's 4th and 6. The Knights will punt it away. Jackson Hart comes in, and look out. You got D'Antonio Hackworth back there, a great athlete. Their best cover corner on the Bush side. The line of scrimmage is the 29. Hart takes the snap, it's perfect, gets it away quickly. High hanging kick and late fair catch, and it's a loose ball, a muffed punt. And did the Knights recover? I don't think they did. You know what? Hackworth waited way too late to make that fair catch signal. And do the Knights have it? Yes, they do. Woohoo! Now the plot thickens. Let me get an ID on this guy. Okay. Johnny on the spot. Matthew McGill makes the recovery at the 46 of Bush. So Hackworth waited, and didn't make the fair catch signal till the last nanosecond. And he just was not in a position to make a clean catch. He wasn't hit and fumbled. He just muffed it. Bug on the rug, and the Knights have it at the 46. Well, 11:24 to go in this game, and the Knights trailing 10-3. Low snap, Smith has it, steps up, throws deep, and the ball is incomplete, but they're gonna throw a flag, maybe for pass interference, but there's no way that ball was catchable. No way. It was intended for Landon Simmons, and Paul Amodia got his feet tangled up with him, but that ball went 40 feet past them. And it went outside the hash marks, and the pass route was inside the hash marks. I can't believe they didn't say uncatchable on that one. But the officials are discussing that. This may not be a pass interference call. No, they're going to stick with it. How about that? I'm shocked. So the new line of scrimmage is the 31 after the 15-yard penalty. Smith goes right, option pitch, gets it to Height, turning it up outside the numbers, and gets down inside the 25 to the 22. That is close to another first down, but I think that's a gain of 9. And Paul Amodia, who really, I think, got jobbed on that last pass interference call. He made the tackle on that play, but it's a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. And the Knights band striking it up. Knights starting to move offensively. They've had a good second half. They just need to finish a drive with a touchdown, and this game could be tied up. And now a whistle. What's going on? I think we got a Bush timeout, and we'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food? You can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
We're back. Got a good one going here as the Knights are driving. Trying to get that tying touchdown here with 10:28 to go in quarter number 4 on their homecoming night against the Bush Broncos. 2nd down and 1. Smith drops back, lets it go, looking for Simmons just beyond his outstretched hands, and he met double coverage. Hackworth was there along with Paul Amodia. Incomplete, makes it 3rd down and 1. Dennis Brantley steps out onto the field past the numbers. I'm really not sure if he can do that, but he's going to do it. And he was not warned or anything by Victor Batiste. Here we go, 3rd down and 1. There goes Smith trying to get out of the backfield, and he is dumped back at the 30. That is a loss of 7 yards. And the guy who did the dirty deed, Isaac Bouye. And that is a critical play for these Knights because now it is 4th down. And they're way out of field goal range. They spot the ball. It wasn't quite as big a loss as it looked like. They gave him forward progress to the 27, but it is now 4th and 6. 4th and 6 for the Knights with 9:41 remaining. They need to pull a rabbit out of the hat. They're certainly taking a long time. The play clock is down to 3. I think they're going to call a timeout. Indeed they do. We'll take it with them. Big 4th down coming up. 4th and 6 for the Knights, trailing 10-3 in their homecoming game. 9:27 left. Don't go away.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
All right. I'm not going to give a whole bunch of scores because we got such a good game going here, but I will say that at halftime at Traylor Stadium, the Fulshear Chargers hanging in there, trailing 28-20 to the Montgomery Bears. Montgomery leads 28-20 at halftime over Fulshear. Would be a real breakout win for the Chargers if they could get it in their 5th varsity season and their 1st season under new head coach Nick Caduti. Okay. 4th down and 6 for the Elkins Knights, trailing 10-3, 9:27 to go. Smith drops back. Here comes the rush. Lets it go wide open, but he missed his receiver at the 10-yard line. Oh my goodness. Nick Sanders was open, but Nick is not very tall. It was thrown a little high and over the wrong shoulder. Frustration for Dennis Brantley. He throws down a clipboard. I can't blame him. He's my good friend. I watched him run high hurdles in high school for Houston Worthing. He was the best in the state, won a state title. Oh, he is frustrated. He just flipped his mask off of his face. Total frustration. They had exactly what they wanted, wide open receiver, but the drive ends on downs. So the Bush Broncos have it now at the 27. On 1st down, it is Hilder. 3 receivers on the right side of the formation. Cormier can't get out of the backfield. So, guess who? Not Torian Crawford this time. It was Ashton Payne for a tackle for loss of 2 yards. Bush taking their time in the huddle as we get under 9 minutes. By the way, Elkins only has 1 timeout left, just in case the thought enters your mind to ask, how many timeouts do they have? Well, only 1. They'll have to use it only when it's really, really necessary. Bush with 2 timeouts, but they lead 10-3. Hilder gives it to Cormier, trying to get around the right side. Pittman steers him back inside. He cuts back. Big run across the 35, across the 40 to the 41. Stephon Richards made the tackle, but that's a 1st down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. That's discouraging for the Knights, but all is not lost. Their defense has been playing pretty well all night. They've only given up the 10 points. But the Broncos with a fresh set of downs as they move right to left here in quarter number 4, leading 10-3. Hilder calls for the snap, gives it off to Cormier. Big run across the 45, makes the last cut, and driven down at the 34-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle, Christian Palouse. And now you've got a Knight down, and that's our man Torian Crawford. Just got a cramp in his right leg. He's going to have to come off for a play. He's walking now, but he's in no position to run. So in the last couple of plays, the Broncos have run Cormier, and the offensive line has done the job for Bush, and they've gashed these Knights for double-figure yards on the last 2 runs, and that last one took them to the 34. Hilder went all the way to the sideline and trots up into the huddle while the play clock is at 21. Calls the play. Sends 3 receivers out to the right. Jamon Cooley, Michael Omodia, and Aaron Valentine. Cormier is behind him in the pistol formation. 1st and 10 from the 34. Takes the snap. They run. Cormier slips in the backfield, and down he goes. And a nice play right there was Deron Smith. And I think if Cormier had not slipped, Deron Smith still would have dropped him like a sack of rocks. And that's an important play for Deron Smith while Torian Crawford was off the field dealing with those cramps. He is still off the field. Replacing him at nose guard is Kendall Jackson. He's not the run stuffer deluxe that Torian Crawford is. Okay, big play, 2nd down and 12. Cormier again up the middle, hit hard, but got a good dose of momentum as he slams forward for a 6-yard pickup. And that'll leave the Bush Broncos with a 3rd and 6. That was the 6th play of the drive. It started at the Bush 27. Clock is under 6 minutes now. 5:48 and ticking. Broncos still in the huddle. 28 seconds on the play clock as Hilder saunters up to the huddle to give his mates the play call. The Knights defense has forced some turnovers. They might need to get one more to give their offense another opportunity. They don't want to wait too late to do that. 3rd down and let's call it 6. There goes Cormier, hit in the backfield. Torian Crawford again. Man, it is great watching this guy play, but then he goes down with cramps as he throws Cormier to the floor. So we're going to need a moment to get Crawford on his feet. You know, you have some of these legendary players that come through Fort Bend ISD. You think about Devon A-Chain for these Marshall Buffs, who were undefeated this year, and now he's in his 2nd year at Texas A&M. And you think about a player like Braylon Addison of Hightower. Wow, what a player he was. Well, Torian Crawford is probably not at that elite level, but he is really, really one of those on the next highest tier. And I've just enjoyed watching him play all these years. His senior year is not going all that well as they get him to his feet, and he'll get an ovation. They realize what a great player he is. All right, so it's going to be 4th down and 11. And it'll be Aduna to punt it away, assuming he punts it. With the Bush philosophy, the rock rib defense, I would not be the least bit surprised if they just try to punt it deep. In fact, nobody is back for Elkins. You want to make sure they don't fake it or something. Jedediah ready. Ball at the 35 of Elkins. Good snap, and he gets it away. Looks like it'll reach the end zone. It does. So not much of a net punt. In fact, 10 yards. The ball is going to come out to actually 15. I believe on a punt touchback, it comes out from 20. So, you know, you might as well hang it up there and try to get it. You know, pin the Knights deep, but he decided to just let it fly. And, you know, if it was a wedge, it's like one that you blade over the green. So 4:34 to go, and this is more than likely the last chance for these Elkins Knights. So we'll reset it, 4:34 to go. Ball at the 20 for the Knights. And they've got to have 7 points to at least extend their homecoming game. Simmons, the wide receiver, on the right side, and you got Paul Amodia clapping his hands in his face. Mano a mano, here we go. On 1st down from the 20. Smith rolls right, looks down the field, throws short to Jackson Hart. A little lateral, they got something. 40-yard line and down at the 45. Jackson Hart caught the pass on a little stop route, flipped it back to Caden Schmidt. Razzle-dazzle by the Knights. And it's a gain of 25 yards to the 45-yard line. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Asad Abbas comes into the game, and I believe he replaces Caden Schmidt. Double receiver on the near side. Jackson Hart, the lone receiver, on the right. Fake pitch by Smith. Carries forward for 5 yards to the 50. 3:50 to go in the game and the clock ticking. Knights with 1 timeout. They trail by 7, 10-3 on homecoming night. They don't want to take too much time between plays. Second down and 5. We're at 3.5 minutes to go, and they better get that play run. The play clock is down to 16. They're not in danger of delay of game, but they're in danger of running out of game time. And dropping the ball, unfortunately, bug on the rug. Unforced error recovered by the Bush Broncos. Oh, that is heartbreaking for the Knights. Chandler Davis came up with it for the Broncos. And to add injury to insult, one of the ELKINS offensive linemen is down with an injury. And with 3:12 to go and only 1 timeout left for the Knights, that might do it. Well, the Knights hung in there, and each team turned it over a couple of times. And it looks like that offensive lineman for the Knights, whom I'll identify when he gets to his feet, he is down with a cramp. That appears to be all that it is. And you know what? It's Torian Crawford. They had him in blocking on offense. How about that? So the Knights might have to take a few gambles and try to tackle the football more than the ball carrier. And hopefully the ball will squirt out and give them one more offensive opportunity. They still have 1 timeout. Can they get the ball back? Will they use the timeout while they're on defense? Ball at the 46 of Bush, 1st and 10. Running Cormier, splits a couple of tacklers. Big run inside the 40, still going 30, breaking tackles 20, and down at the 20, at the 17-yard line. And that may be the dagger. So that really quiets the ELKINS crowd, who still had some hope until that long run that carried it down to the 18-yard line is where they spot Cormier. Bush taking its time, 2.5 minutes to go. They lead 10-3. Gilder takes the snap, gives it to Cormier, right up the middle, gets a couple of yards, but that's it. Hanging on to that football with two hands, 2 arms actually wrapped around it. It's just a gain of 2, but Bush is not really concerned about gaining a lot of yards. They'd just as soon walk out of here with a 10-3 win. So I think the Knights will probably call a timeout after this next play, if it's one of those plays where the clock continues to run. Missed opportunities for the Knights. They've played well tonight, but they've just failed to execute. There was a wide open pass where they could have gotten it to Nick Sanders. All right, 2nd down and 8 for the Broncos. High snap. There goes Cormier running left. Got room outside the numbers. 10-yard line, 5. Touchdown, but a flag flies in. A flag comes in. I think it might nullify the touchdown, which is scored with 1:29 to go. And so the Bush band was playing their fight song, but they killed that number because it is a penalty that wipes it out. holding, spot foul, moves it from the 10 to the 20. So that means it's going to be repeat second down. And now the clock starts running again, and the Knights still with one timeout. I guess they're waiting for an opportunity to use it. Play clock is at 15 seconds. Bush will probably take as much time as they possibly can. The experienced quarterback, Tyler Hilder, with Cormier behind him, is looking at that play clock. Now he calls for the snap. Takes it with 1 second left on the play clock. Cormier straight up the middle. Gains a yard, maybe 2. Cormier wanted an unnecessary roughness call as he was thrown backwards by Torian Crawford. The clock is under a minute. The Knights aren't stopping it. Now they do with that final timeout. We'll step aside and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee, taxes, extra restrictions.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
What a football game this turned out to be, as Howard Cosell would say. Way back when the Patriots, when they stunk, and the Colts, when they stunk, played each other in a Monday nighter in the rain at old Foxborough Stadium, the old one that has since been torn down. Anyway, it's going to end with unfulfilled dreams for the Elkins Knights, as their defense is ready to run one more play. We got 45 seconds on the clock. It is 3rd down and 11, and there's no reason for Bush to throw the football on 3rd and 11. They just need to run the football, and if they don't make the first down, they can snap it one more time and take a knee if necessary. Hilder with Cormier behind him. And that is a knee taken already by Hilder. Takes the loss of 5 yards. Knights can't stop the clock anymore, and Bush will not need to run another offensive play. So the Knights played hard. It's been a frustrating 4 first games, but in this one they were competitive and hung in there, but missed opportunities. So for Bush, they get a field goal from Aiden Jensen from 26 yards out in the first quarter. Michael Omodia catches a touchdown pass of 15 yards in the final minute of the first half. That gave them a 10-0 lead. Elkins got a 26-yard field goal from Oswaldo Renfigo, but that is all the scoring. The Knights threatened, but could not get that touchdown to tie it up. So the two teams line up along the 50-yard line, and you got low fives, and each team showing its respect for the other. Congratulations to the Bush Broncos, who after a not very fulfilling pre-district season have won their first 2 district games. They come away with a win 10-3 tonight. So for my producer Randy Fry, for Suna Venkat, for Merle Bertrand, for everyone on the Vype team, Roger Smith, so glad that you joined us here tonight. And we'll be back talking to you at 6:45 p.m. Friday evening for Travis against George Ranch, the 2nd district game for both of those teams. Thank you again, and God bless. Our final score, Bush 10 and Elkins 3. Good night, everybody, and we will let the bands play you out with the school song here on VypeFortBend.com. We love you. See you tomorrow.